Let the postseason begin. We're underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's out of bounds, approaching the 25, couple yards short at the 23. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he's going to be tackled after getting it up to the 28. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for Raiders first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's 2nd and 2. Hits his running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. He's right. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense up to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Completed here to Pickens. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send a man in motion. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Running back sent in motion. Daniels on first down. Setting up the screen. Jukes one defender, and they make the tackle at the 38.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
19, 18, here we go.
From the 38. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 3rd and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Caught, nice gain left side. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Drake London with the touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Mevis ready to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. And he's out a little short of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. It is Cup, left side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Forced out to his right. That's completed right side. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. Takes it just shy of that end zone. And he's out of bounds, approaching the 25, couple yards short at the 23. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go!
Here's Daniels. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now Daniels off the play action. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Target that time, Jaden Reed. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Man in motion here. The handoff on 3rd and short. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Working quickly here. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Throw reeled in by London. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Daniels. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
A gain of 1. Sends up 3rd down and 9.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Rolling left, buying some time. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Looking for George Pickens that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
So here's Harrison Mevis, ready for the field goal try. He better get all of this one. It's got to wait. The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. Catch is made near the marker. And they make the tackle, but the fake works. They've got a new set of downs.
If they need a new emergency quarterback, Kate, I think they found their man. Seems like a call they had confidence in, and that was the perfect moment to dial it up.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Mevis now for the extra point. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Steelers tie things up at 14. Mevis ready to send this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Completed to his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And a decent pickup. They're going to have it up at the 43 after that run. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
He has the first over the middle, and he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They give it to him again. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The running back gets it on the draw. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 37. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They'll come up 1st and 10. Daniels now. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. They get to... He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And the Raiders get to it. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Boy, that call came at just the right time to rip a hole in the defense. And it should have been a play that knocked them on their backs and led to points. But one player's tireless effort stole the ball, stole the momentum, stole the show, and averted a complete disaster.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Steelers calling their first timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
18 left. 18 left. Go.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. Going to the ground again on first. He breaks the tackle. And they're going to tag a defender with this one. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw now. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there, not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. This return makes it up to the 25. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Shut up. 18, pioneer. Trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70. Ready, ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. That throw intended for Drake London. So it'll be 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
One last play before the break. They've got a man in motion. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2. Brings
All right, here we go. Second down.
at the
18
28-yard
card,
line.
18 card. Let's go now.
Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here.
Made at the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 8.
Man in motion out of the slot.
And 4.
Check go.
Play fake here. Daniels. Got a man. It's London. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Daniels on first down. He connects with his back deep down the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They have themselves another first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Flush down now to his left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Nevis with a point after. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returnable from the 1. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set. First and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion.
He steps in and makes the interception. And the Steelers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
60 evil. Ready, and hey.
Takes off right out of the read option. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry up here. There's a movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Come on, set. Mustang 19.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Headed out right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mevis now for the extra point. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Steelers tie us up 28-all. Mevis ready to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Raiders first. Now a give left side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Finding Davis. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Throwing now, off play action. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, quarterbacks aren't always the one dishing out punishment, but when they take it and they deliver a frozen rope, when they deliver a ball right on target just like that, and the respect factor grows 100-fold with your teammates.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the 1st. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty.
Here we go, set. 72.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. Has room into the secondary. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Charbonnet will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, the give to Charbonnet. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 19.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Offense up to the line fast. Now Daniels off the play action. Throw wheeled in by London. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. This set of downs starts with an option right. Oh, he lost the football! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Oh, he was fighting like mad to stay up, Brock. Extend that run, but we all know it also creates the opportunity to do what we just saw. Force a fumble. So do you knock him there? Do you applaud the effort? Maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, probably a little both. A little pat on the butt, but a little reminder that ball security is job security.
And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Has it at the 7. Touchdown! I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They send the tight end in motion left. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This is reeled in by Reed. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Working quickly here.
That's good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He's got it inside the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Again, Daniels to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And this is down all the way to the 3. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers now within 1 score in the 4th. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the...
And he'll get into the end zone to make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys' security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass like a great post in basketball, and they know how to finish.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Plowing up the middle. Jukes out a 1-stop, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
To throw it on first down. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Vegas first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Raiders bump the lead up to 13 points. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Daniels back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's second down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
18 rapid, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check out.
Daniels on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels escapes out to the left. Has it down close. And that's going to move the chains. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Slot man motioned over. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Mevis now for the extra point. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Steelers get it back to within 6. We've got 75 seconds left to work with here. They have got to come up with this onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hand off to the back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Back to the well again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners.